We were talking about the idea that there are these vast carved tunnels underground, smooth, almost glass-like interior, like it's...
Obsidian, yes. It's
right.
Glass, melted rock, yeah.
So you know about this.
Yes, I know.
And he said that in some cases they follow the Nazca lines, and that there are these chambers off the sides that look like people were living there, but it appears that whoever was there just took all the stuff out when they left. So could you just speak to that for a second, that part of it? The idea that somebody might have cleared everything out, and it might not have been us per se, but maybe it was the beings themselves. What do we know about why it was so abandoned looking?
Well, there's actually a lot of the craft down there, and they're connected to many other tunnels. I don't know what he was debriefed on, but what I was debriefed on is, there's over, 200 to 300 craft down there, and many beings that are kind of petrified into the walls. And it is like a lava tube type cave system where it was intentionally melted, it looks like, and frozen in like frozen
right.
in some moment, and some sort of suspended animation, I would say.
Well, that is interesting. You said 200 to 300 craft, because this briefing from Pete, he was speculating that there might be as many as possibly 500 down there. So that's very similar.
Well, just in Mexico alone, in that area, is about that. But those go way down south too.
Wow.
So this is a big collective group of scientists, which I've now just had to turn it over to the U.S. government.
So another one of the things that he said in this briefing that I've never shared with anyone, and I'm just going to drop it on camera right now. He said that the latest intel that he's aware of is that there are evidence of 5 different epochs on Earth of extraterrestrial colonies that were fairly large and fairly considerable when they happened, that they're almost all underground. And he said that of these 5 eras, some of them go back millions of years, and that they are very different. The type of technology, the type of society, the way that everything looks, it's all very different. So I'm wondering if you ever heard about there being like 5 major, if you will, ages of extraterrestrial colonization of Earth.
I've heard up to 5. I've kind of known of 3 because of artifacts and of beings, but that's just secondhand. I mean, firsthand that I've seen the stuff and read the briefings, and I've seen some of the technology and some of the bodies, of course. But yeah, that is correct. There must have been at least 5 different civilizations that, we're talking million-year gaps, though. We're talking, right. Different times, And I think maybe that might be correlated with the stuff in Egypt and Antarctica and, ancient Lemuria and Atlantis. It's all kind of tied into different time zones, because the symbols and the things they're finding and all the equipment and technology is completely different, like you said. So there's a lot of scientists out there that they are hiring now to put in, like, to crack this code, like, what does this mean? And some of the stuff they can't operate, of course, because they don't understand consciousness-assisted technology, number one. Number two, it's such a higher science that we've never even learned it, and it's so beyond us that we wouldn't be able to understand it if I was an ET talking to you trying to explain it, because it would be beyond your, it would be beyond your brain to assimilate that, knowing what you know now.
I was particularly fascinated in the previous episode when you talked about the idea that similar ruins as Antarctica were found in a cave in Costa Rica.